up your YouTube, search for Stukeley Meadows, watch on your big screen. Get yourself comfy, this could take a while, what a happy scene. Something new every day for your long-term memory. This is so exciting, it is nearly time for a Stukeley assembly. Good morning everyone, and welcome to Friday's Retrieval Assembly. For each other we, every day we, to improve we, together we will. Every single Stukeley day we focus on. Our Stukeley motto is, our Stukeley curriculum is, and 4 words that make the magic happen. Yes! Okay, so it's Friday, it's our second ever retrieval assembly. Now remember, retrieval is where you get something back from somewhere. And our retrieval is to get our memories, to get knowledge that we've got back into the front, into the working part of our memory. So there's going to be lots of questions today for all year groups. It's going to be great. Before I came in here though, to get ready for Friday's retrieval assembly, I asked a couple of people if they were really excited about it coming back. Now, I did these videos without any practice. I just went straight in there. See what these 2 people said. Mrs. Cooper, are you looking forward to Friday's retrieval assembly?
Yes.
How much?
Loads.
Mr. Smith, are you looking forward to Friday's retrieval assembly?
I cannot wait. It's on the top of my list of things to see. It's going to be brilliant. I've really enjoyed those. I miss those assemblies a lot over the summer holiday.
This is actually the second one we've ever done.
It's fantastic.
Good old Mr. Smith. Love that guy. Right, it's now time to get our learning logs ready for the retrieval practice quiz. I hope you've all got this in school. I'll be disappointed if many people haven't, because this is where your quizzes are going to go every single week. Make sure you've got it. I'm now going to show you how the numbers go, and hopefully, now this will be the second time you've done this, you'll be able to do it all without any help whatsoever. Check this out. So this was last week's retrieval on page 7. You should all know now that we're turning it over to page 9, because today it is the 18th. So we're on page 9, and just like last week, I'd like you to do number 6, number 5, number 4, number 3, number 2, and number 1. And we are good to go. Okay, now that your learning logs are ready to go, we are going to crack straight on. I've got the celebration sombrero back. It might not be sharing assembly, but you are now going to share all the knowledge that you've been learning. All of the things that you have remembered that are worth remembering. Last couple of heads up, and then we're going to get started. Right. You need to be silent for this assembly. You should be silent for every assembly, apart from the bits where you join in. If we were all in the school hall together, you would come in and you would sit in silence. And if you found it hard to do that, we'd give you a little bit of help. But if you kept finding it hard, we might ask you to leave the hall. So normally in assembly you would sit in silence. Because you're in classrooms, it's easy to make a little bit of noise or to fuss a little bit, but I'm asking you for silence, and your teachers will hopefully tell you about that too, because if you're not absolutely silent, you will not hear your questions, and it will be difficult for your friends and the other children to concentrate too. So you need to be silent for this. Also, this is very important for the teachers and the staff that are in the classroom. Teachers, while this is happening, one of you needs to write down the answers as well, because I want the teachers in the classroom or the TAs in the classroom to write the answers and then take a photo of it and tweet it out on your account. You need to tweet the answers every Friday, because there'll be families that watch this and they'll want to know the answers, I'm sure. And children, I'm happy for you to go home and do it again. Show your family what you can retrieve. So number 1, silence. Number 2, I need the answers to be written down by the teachers. Photo, tweet. Final one. If you are in year 6, maybe year 5, maybe year 4, you could have a go at all of the questions. I think that you should be knowledgeable enough or confident enough to have a go at the year 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and the year 6 questions. You'll have to write like crazy people, but I think you could have a go at more questions than just your year group. Don't do it today, focus on your year group, but in future weeks, your teachers might work it so that you can have a go at all the questions, just to see if you've remembered the curriculum over the past few years. How exciting! Okay, I'm now going to go off and get my very special book. You should all be sat there with your learning logs. We're going to go straight in to question 1. So get pens and pencils ready, listen for your year group, off we go. Here we go, everyone. I'm now going to read out question 1. I'm going to do year 1 question first, then year 2, then year 3, then year 4, then year 5, then year 6. You only really need to listen to your year group question. You can listen to all of them, but the only one you really need to focus on is your year group. Teachers, you can pause this video whenever you like to give your children some thinking time, but I'm hoping that over the next few weeks, most children won't need it to be paused. They'll hear their question and they'll go for it. I'm only going to read the question once. I'm not going to repeat it. I'll read the question once. And if you don't catch it or you get confused, your teacher can support you or your family can support you. Okay, Friday's retrieval assembly. Question 1. Year 1. Please write down 2 words with the ow phoneme. Question 1 for year 2. Spell the word knife. Year 3. Number 1, please write down 3 types of rock. Year 4, what is another word for a battery in science? Year 5. Still question 1. Please fill in the blanks. A force is a blank or a blank. What are those 2 words? And year 6, please write down 3 types of sentences in a paragraph. 3 types of sentences. Okay, question 2. Year 1. What building is special to Christians? Year 2. What comes next? 20, 30, 40. Please write down as many numbers as you can that come next. Year 3. What type of art did Bridget Riley produce? Year 4, question 2. Which number is greater? 6,048 or 6,804? Which one? Year 5. What style did Mark Rothko paint in? And year 6. Why do writers use paragraphs? Question 3. Year 1. Write down 2 different types of material. Year 2. Question 3. In which year did Roy Lichtenstein die? Year 3. Name the 4 counties in the... Name the 4 countries in the United Kingdom. The 4 countries in the United Kingdom. Year 4. Name a Roman emperor. Year 5. Finish this sentence. Elliot can't study for school because. Just finish it off. Don't need to write that first bit. Elliot can't study for school because. Finish it off. And year 6. The number 3,860,000 has been rounded to the nearest 10,000. What number could it be? Question 4. Year 1. What number is missing? 5, 6, 8. Year 2. Finish off Traction Man's catchphrase. All in a day's. Year 3. What comes next? And you need to write as many numbers as you can. What comes next? 50, 100, 150, and keep going. Year 4. Where did Hinduism begin? Year 5. Write down as many continents of the world as you can. And they need to begin with a capital letter. How many can you do? And year 6. In which year was Victoria crowned Queen of Great Britain and Ireland? Okay, now on to number 5. We're nearly there. Year 1. Can you write down the number 6 as a word? Can you write it down as a word? That's number 5. You've got to write down number 6. Year 2. This is number 5. How many 10s are there in 23? How many 10s? Year 3. What does hunter-gatherer mean? Year 4. Can you write down 3 words that begin with the prefix in? Year 5. Can you round the number 132,721 to the nearest 1,000? Round that number to the nearest 1,000. And year 6, finish this sentence. Graffiti can be seen as a form of art because, and then you write the next bit. Graffiti can be seen as a form of art because. Okay, it's our final question now. Stukeley number 6. Come on. Year 1. Where was the bear in We're All Going on a Bear Hunt? Year 2. Why is glass used as a window? Year 3. How do we spell these numbers? So you need to write them out in words. 8, 80, and 8th. How do we write these in words? Year 4. What kind of cats and dogs did L.S. Lowry draw? Year 5. Which 2 forces act in opposition on a parachute? Which 2 forces act in opposition on a parachute? And finally, for number 6, question 6, year 6, question 6. Please explain the scientific term inheritance. What a toughie to finish on. Wow. Right, everyone, you'll probably need a bit of a break after that. But what we're now going to do is, you all need to stay silent and listen. Your teachers, your adults in class, are now going to go through the answers with you. You can only get 6 marks. So your teachers will tell you what each one is, the marks you get for each one. So you can only get 6 marks. There aren't any 2 pointers, 6 marks. Your teachers will do that with you in class, talk about the ones that you might have gotten wrong. And I think we all found that probably quite busy. That's the plan for each week. Now, just before we do shout-outs and everything else, I've been a bit worried about Mrs. Holloway. You know, hasn't really seemed herself. So I decided to give her a quick phone call the other day, just to check to see how she's doing. So let's see how we got on. He's ringing up staff to see how they are doing, but what will they admit to? We hope it's not too bad. He's ringing up staff to see how they are doing, but what will they admit to? We hope it's not too bad. Oh, hey everyone! We've not done this for a while, have we? Just going to check in with Mrs. Holloway. Yeah, I think she had a tricky couple of days. Let's see how things are going.
Hello, Mrs. Holloway speaking.
Hello, Mrs. Holloway, it's me. Just ringing to see how you're doing.
I'm good, thank you. Glad to be away from school, if I'm honest.
Oh no, has Mrs. Johnston been causing that problem in the office again?
She has, I'm afraid.
You need to hide those baked beans away, honestly. Anyway, plans for the weekend? Any nice ones?
Yep, I'm making a cup of tea.
For the whole weekend?
Yes. What's the problem?
It's not going to take you a whole weekend to make a cup of tea, is it?
It's going to taste sensational.
It wants to after that long. Anyway, somebody tells me you're buying loads of hats again. All sorts. Is that right?
Oh yes, I'm really getting into them.
Yeah. And is it true that on Tuesday the 22nd of September you're going to wear a different hat every hour? Sounds like a great idea.
Thank you. It's always been a dream of mine.
Oh, do you know what? I can't wait to take the photos and tweet them out. Anyway, shall we finish with a quiz?
Of course, that's everyone's favourite bit.
What's your biggest regret?
Not being made of cheese.
Favourite holiday destination?
St. Neots.
The name that you'd rather have?
Mavis Blinking Sop.
Favourite animal to ride to school?
Hyena.
Two favourite people?
Both the Coopers.
I knew it. Okay, really good to talk.
Lovely to talk to you too.
Yeah, loved it.
See you soon.
Brilliant day.
Bye.
Bye. Oh, really pleased I could catch up with Mrs. Holloway. You know, she sounded on good form. There'll be another phone call next week. But for now, let's look forward to a different hat every single hour from Mrs. Holloway. I can't wait. He's ringing up staff to see how they are doing, but what will they admit to? We hope it's not too bad. He's ringing up staff to see how they are doing, but what will they admit to? We hope it's not too bad. Oh, I really enjoyed ringing up Mrs. Holloway. It'd been a long time since I checked in with people like that. Right now, just before we go into shout-outs, I've just been thinking, while I watched that video, next week there are still going to be 6 questions for year 1, 6 for year 2, 6 for year 3. They're still going to do that. But Mr. Barron has helped me work out how I can put things into chapters. So I think that next week I'll do all the year 1 questions in one go, all the year 2 questions together, and so on. And then teachers, you can just click on the chapter at the bottom in this bar at the bottom. You can just click just for your questions. And then if you want to look at another year group, you can. That is what we're going to do, and it's going to be incredible. Right, first of all, massive shout out to Mrs. Garcia. Now, Mrs. Garcia is Phoebe in year 3's mum. And first of all, I found out the other day that Mrs. Garcia gets up in the morning, watches assembly before she does her work, just to see what's going on. And also, because she's an early bird with the assembly vids, she actually won last week's retrieval challenge. Do you remember I showed you a picture of this guy? And I asked you, if I was going to ask a question about him, what would that question be? Well, that guy, he was this guy dressed up. That guy is the famous stunt rider, Evel Knievel. Yes, you've worked it out. If I was going to ask a question about him, it would be Evel Knievel Retrieval. Oh yes it would. Brilliant. Big shout out there, and a prize is going home with Phoebe for her mum. Second shout out Massive happy birthday for today to Charlotte in year 3. What a retrieval assembly to celebrate. I hope the rest of your day is great. And also to Sophie in year 3, whose birthday it is tomorrow. You're also going to have a great weekend, Sophie. Okay, we're nearly done. Let's finish with the most important 60 seconds. Okay, most important 60 seconds. First of all, have a great weekend. You've all earned it. You've worked really hard in school. Thank you so much. Secondly, teachers, do not tell me that question thing, the retrieval thing, was really complicated. I know it was. Next week it will be better because I'm going to put it into chapters. Next one, children, learning logs. You've just done your retrieval in there, but have you been writing in there every time you've been reading at home? We're going to check them on Monday to see what you've been doing. If you haven't been reading at home and you haven't put the sentences in, you might have to do that in school in your own time. You have been told about that. Also, next week, we're straight back into all of our assemblies. So you will be seeing cheer, boo, song or silence. Who will be triumphant? There'll be more phone calls with staff and all the other brilliant things we do. Have a great weekend, everyone. I'll see you on Monday.